Your dreams may not unfold the way you thought they would. The woes that greet you on the way prepare you for your role. Planned by Him who will make your dreams come true. He's marked the date for you. So when you find your journey long, which makes you sad and blue, recall your dreams and there do hope that someday they will come true. This is part of my poem, Dreaming Joseph, which is my imaginary conversation with this amazing man who lived around 5,000 years ago. Okay, today we're going to reflect on some of the names that Joseph was called because his brothers are coming on the scene. Wow, this is the part I like most. Joseph's brothers are coming on the scene. Remember, at home, before he was sold, they called him the dreamer. So the dreamer became a slave, and then he became the head slave in Potiphar's house, and Potiphar's wife called him the Hebrew. She told her husband, the Hebrew you brought into this house. And then he had another name, a prisoner. How many names have you been called in your life? A prisoner, and now he's the second in command in the whole country of Egypt. And everybody knew that they had to bow to Joseph. I also reflected a few days ago and asked whether Joseph would have had a time to bask in the glory and say, hey, everybody, look at me, I'm in the highest position, everybody is bowing to me. I don't think Joseph had time for that. He did not have time for that. He had time to work. And some people just work. When there is work to be done, they get on with it and they do the work. And I think Joseph was that kind of person. He just got on with what he had to do and he worked very hard. He was able to store all the food in the times of plenty. He had storehouses where the food was kept. And so now the time of nothing has come. And the time of nothing has hit everywhere, even his own brothers and his father's house. So his father tells his brothers that sold him to go to Egypt and buy grain because it seemed it was the only place that they had food stored for the days of nothing. So his brothers take this journey. Wow, I love this part of the story. And when they come and meet, they call him the man. Joseph had changed from when he was 17 years old, and he's now 30 years old, and he's dressed like an Egyptian, he talks like an Egyptian. Remember the song that said, you dance like an Egyptian? I'm sure he also learned to dance like an Egyptian. And he spoke to his brothers in the Egyptian language. And he had an interpreter to interpret, even though he understood everything that his brothers were saying. Oh, life, life, life. And his brothers did not recognize him. Right. And when they entered that place where Joseph was, because everybody bowed, they too bowed. They bowed to Joseph. The very thing they did not want to do, the very thing for which cause they sold their brother into slavery, they were not going to bow to Joseph, but they were now bowing to their little brother. And Joseph had a way of dealing with them which I think was brilliant. He did not let them know who he was. But one thing that I found really touching, because Joseph had a little brother called Benjamin, and I'm sure all through the years he would have missed them all, especially his little brother. He would have missed his father. Even his brothers that didn't like him, he would have missed them. One thing about being separated from your family is how you yearn and long for them. And now they were standing right in front of Joseph, and they did not know it was him. And they started talking among themselves. And they immediately, sometimes when you try to hide something, it comes out. If you pretend to like somebody and you start a conversation, sometimes it's the way you answer the question, it's your attitude, it's how you say things. It reveals things that are hidden. Anyway, so his brothers immediately started talking. Joseph said, "You are spies. You've come here to see the nakedness of the land." His brothers said, No. We are all brothers. We are all the sons of one man.